Hello there and welcome back to our Phoenix Point playthrough with the Blood and Titanium DLC. Continuing on from the first episode where we did that first initial mission for the Disciples of Anu, we're going to scout around the map a little bit more, hopefully find a scavenging site that we can do before we go and tackle the more difficult New Jericho opening mission. Let's go ahead and have a look at this site over here. But in the meantime, our Disciples of Anu research has completed. That gives us 200 food in the bank. Very nice. The Disciples of Anu are a syncretic religion formed out of several previous cults. The Children of the Black Tide, the Holy Disciples of the Xenoglossic Doctrine, and the Order of Anu by the messianic figure known only as the Exalted. She forged the disparate elements of the cult into a unified belief system built around her visions of Anu, the dead god. The Disciples of Anu leadership follow strict hierarchy, and access to the Exalted is reserved only for the most faithful. Should we seek out an alliance with her, we would first have to gain the approval of her servants, the Apostle of the Once-Born, the Keeper of the Threshold, the Voiceless Hierophant, the Blind Legate, the Shadowed Hierarch, and finally the Synod of Yearning. The latter, said to be a compound being, some kind of effectively runs the day-to-day operations of the Disciples. Okay.
The Disciples of Anu were a mystery. Where others saw devastation, they saw hope. Where others saw the end of the world, they saw a new beginning. Their leader called herself the Exalted, and she claimed to believe in humanity. She preached that the human soul was perfect, that the root of our problems was our insufficient evolution. The Pandoravirus was a threat, but it was also an opportunity to change ourselves, to become better humans, to mutate. We knew that humanity needed to adapt. There was no other way to survive. The disciples offered a solution, but what was their end game? There was something beyond their hierarchies and their rituals. The Exalted had a secret.
Okay, so that's some information about the Disciples. Let's go and check our research. We've got Haven Trade Protocols queued up, and we want to research the Phoenix Archives as well. Let's go and get that to the queue, because that is an important tech to be getting on with. And we'll go and have a look at this site, hopefully find a scavenging site somewhere. Another Anu Haven. Nothing particularly important on this one at the moment. There's got to be a scavenging site somewhere. There'll be one close by. And there we go. We have our first. Now, it is at night. The enemy is Pandoran, but the threat level is still low. We've got a couple of level ups that we can take here, and we've got our technician. Let's just go and give our technician some more equipment. You should definitely have a grenade with you right there. Now, you don't have any extra ammo, unfortunately. We may end up having to swap out that PDW with something else if we can't get the ammo for it. You are now over encumbered, though, which is probably not great. You actually start off over encumbered, which is a bit unfortunate. Let's keep that ammo in reserve. Wow, you really are over encumbered. Okay, we need to level you up. You're not in a great position there. Okay, let's go ahead and take the turret off you, which is something that I don't really want to do because the turret's very, very useful, but we want you to have the maneuverability. So you can go back and take that. You can probably take your grenade as well. Yep, you just can't really take your turret just yet. We'll keep that back with you. And then we've got two, are we both assaults? Yeah, both assaults that we need to level up. You do still have a free slot. We could give you something else in one of your inventory slots, although I don't really think there's anything else that you need. No, we'll leave that as is for you, and we will go into our two assaults and we will give them their next skills. Dash, whenever you can get dash, it is well worth having. You could have reckless, 30% bonus damage dealt, but you'd also lose some accuracy, and well, mounted weapon proficiency is not that important right now. As I said in the first video, we will be going through and naming some of our soldiers after our viewers. So we will, of course, change some of the color schemes and things around so they're a little bit more identifiable. Haven't done that on this video, but we will get that done before the next one. So let's go ahead and deploy the squad. So we've actually got 6 now because we have our technician. probably going to keep our technician at the back for now. Try and get a little bit of experience with them. As we don't have an awful lot of ammunition for their PDW. And we haven't brought their turret. But we'll just be making use of their repair arms if we need to. Just going to skip through some of the cutscene there. Right. So our technician's quite close to the front.
Channel open. So
first of all, can we see anything? Not at the moment. And we also don't know what type of Pandorans that we're going to have. We know we're going to have Pandorans, but we don't know what type. We have no idea where they're going to be. Let's start moving forwards. Okay, I haven't spotted anything yet. I think it's probably going to be good for us to just try and move forwards a little bit where we can. Get into a position where we can deal with anything that pops up. Yeah, our technician doesn't have a huge amount of movement, unfortunately. Probably want to get our sniper into a better position. There's a handy window up there. I'm not too sure how easily we could reach that. Probably not very well at all. Looks like there's no way up onto that upper floor. We can get our heavy up there, though, so that's not too bad. Let's consider getting our sniper up onto these stairs. We're going to save dash for when it is most needed, so we don't need to do that yet. Let's keep you in cover, but get you behind this wall.
Prioritizing speed.
And I think we will put the heavy up top. Shouldn't really move the heavy last, because of course we could trigger something. But this is probably going to be a good vantage point to sort of see what's going on. Let's go and aim for up there, actually. I was mistakenly referring to my heavy as he in the first video. It is actually a female soldier, and I just wasn't paying attention. Right, there we go. Everybody's in position. We cannot see any enemies. Hopefully they're not going to be able to take a shot at us on the first turn. Wow, he's got an interesting colour scheme. So we have our first Arthron here. Has the Spitterhead variation on this one. Grenade launcher and a machine gun. Looks like this one is very similar. Okay, so we've got a couple of guys that we need to worry about here. Not great for our technician, but let's deal with the ones that we can. So first of all, realistically, can we take a shot with our heavy? Does our heavy have a line of sight from anywhere? Well, kind of have a line of sight from out here on this platform. Hopefully this tree's not in the way. We have a decent shot on you. I think we've got to go for this one. I think this one's the one we're most likely to hit. And we completely missed because of course we do. And we didn't take any reaction fire, which is ideal. So we want to try and get rid of both of these guys if we can. Let's get you into some cover. And we will take a shot at this one. If we're lucky and most of these hit, it might be enough to kill it off. So, yep, excellent. Now that we've updated assault rifles so that they actually shred armor, that makes them a bit more useful in situations like this. Now, it's quite risky moving out here. That tree is going to be in the way, but let's go ahead and see if we can take a shot. We can always dash back out of here if we need to afterwards, but I would like to try and do a lot of damage to these things if possible. And we actually got a kill there, so that was well worth it. Worth the risk. Obviously, it wouldn't have been worth the risk if I'd have lost a soldier, but let's just move forwards with our technician a little bit. He's in full cover behind that tree. Now then, our sniper, can we get you into a better position? Actually, we can. We can get you all the way up here. So you might be able to do something useful from up there. Not going to move the heavy. We've got one more assault who's down here. We probably want to move you over this side of the map. So we are playing on veteran. I'd expect maybe 5 or 6 enemies on the map. So you will find the number of enemies. It does vary based on the difficulty that you're playing at. Now, we've got a mind fragger there who's instantly latched onto my technician. Well, that's not good. And I think we have a Triton. Yes, we do. Taking a shot with his sniper rifle. Well, we need to deal with him as quickly as we can. So, how do we want to deal with that mind fragger? It's going to be difficult. We don't have a pistol on anyone, unfortunately. Oh, this is going to be tricky. Let's move forwards with our assault. We could try and bash it off, but where's the fun in that? We're going to manually aim, and we're going to go for the head of the mine fragger here. There we go. We just clipped the mine fragger, and I don't think I hit the technician at all, which was really good. Now, I do have a grenade on the technician. Can't move on this turn because of the mine control. So we need to try and do something about that Triton there. Now, what I could do is switch to our heavy. And assuming the tree isn't completely in the way, we'll try and figure out where this is now, because our heavy can't actually see this Triton. We know roughly where he's located. We're going to get our heavy to drop down here, which still gives us enough time units to take a shot. And we're going to manual aim. I'm going to have a look. It's always difficult when you don't actually know where they are. Right, so which direction are we heading in? Oh, I've got myself all lost and disorientated. Let's get back out there now. So we can't actually see this guy. He's over here behind this wall. That's this old sort of filing cabinet. So the tree is behind us, basically.
Acquiring target.
There we go. So he's going to be in this direction. Yeah, we don't have a good enough shot to get through that door, unfortunately. Oh, that makes life a little bit difficult for us. He's through there. No, that's where he is. So let's take... There we go. Now we're pointing in the right direction. Let's go and take a shot through there and see what we hit. Well, we didn't hit the Triton, but I didn't expect to. I was mostly just trying to open a hole into the wall, which we did. We can see him a little bit now. Maybe our sniper has a line of sight from up there. Let's go and investigate this.
Ready to engage.
So we definitely have a line of sight on that Arthron. We do have a line of sight on the Triton. It's not a great one, I'll be honest. I think I'd prefer to take the shot at this Arthron. Take the guaranteed kill. The Triton is a bigger threat, definitely. But we'll do what we can here. Let's move you forwards a little bit. We will take some shots here. We've got enough time units to get a couple of attempted shots in. There we go. We've done some damage to it. We did get a couple of hits in there. And we do have another assault. Now, you are quite the distance away. And I don't think there's anywhere you can go really where you'd have a good shot. Unless I was willing to dash you forward, which I think might be a little bit of a risk. So I'm going to... It'd be nice if I could put you in some better cover, but I just don't think your options are all there, really. Let's move you forward to here. That'll put you into half cover. Oh, we've just spotted another enemy. Now, that's a mine fragger. Now then, he's a good distance away, and if I shoot at him from here, I'm probably going to miss. If I throw a grenade, I'm more likely to hit. Well, it probably won't be a kill. But I think I've disabled it enough now. This particular assault doesn't have dash either. We're going to move back and try and get out of line of sight a little bit. And you can't take a shot either. So we've just got to keep our fingers crossed now and see what happens. May take enough damage from that bleed to kill it off. So you're regenerating. That's fine. You are taking a shot. You did miss. I'm going to take another shot. Okay, we were really lucky there. And he's doing what? Oh, taking the third shot. And it all missed. Well, I think what we're going to do here is use our heavy and do exactly the same thing that we did last time. We'll move her a little bit closer. We already know where he is now. We can sort of see him behind this wall. He's just over to the left of that opening now. So let's aim left a little bit. And we might be able to open up the wall a little bit more. Not always possible because the environment is not completely destructible, but we have made a good hole in that wall, which will be useful for us. I'm going to move forwards with this assault. And we'll go ahead and take some shots in there. Oh, that is good. That is good. His health is very low. Let's see if we can get the kill here with our technician, because if we can, that will give us some XP. Not a great chance to hit here, but let's do what we can. Oh, we only needed to get lucky once, and we didn't. That is a shame. Right. Let's finish off this mine fragger before we do anything else, although it looks like it's died from bleeding damage. Excellent. Don't need to worry about that one. And we have our sniper. Our sniper can see the Triton, so if we can get the hit in there, it's probably best just to try and finish it off. And there we go. Was that the last enemy on the map? Yes, it was. Fantastic. So we do have a couple of level ups. We have one for our heavy and we have one for our sniper. Technician does get a little bit of XP there. And we recover ourselves some useful stuff. We get ourselves a Phoenix pistol mag, a new Jericho machine gun mag, and we get ourselves a new Jericho handgun mag. Shame we don't get one for the Technician's PDW, but there we go. Look of the draw. We still want to explore some of these other points of interest. I certainly think we want to do some of those while we're out here. We could get another scavenging site. There's Haven trade protocols completed. We have established a series of diplomatic protocols for trading with havens. While many settlements may have needs that we could meet, the sad truth is that in today's atmosphere of fear and paranoia, we will have to establish good relations with the Haven's leadership and show that we're not potential swindlers or raiders before they will consider engaging in trade with us. That's fine, we've got our next research already queued up. We do have some new options now. We can reverse engineer the turret, actually. We need another one. We need two to be able to do this. So we have the option there, but we need two turrets to reverse engineer it, which would allow us to build more. We can also autopsy the Arthron and the Triton. I'm going to queue both of those up because they will open some nice new items for us. And let's go and explore one or two more of these sites. And we have a Synedrian mission here, or at least a Synedrian haven. At the Synedrian haven of nowhere, the situation is tense. Someone figured out that our open and democratic society would be easy to infiltrate and steal from. One of the haven's citizens tells our operatives they pretended to join us and they made off with some critical research, which I assume they want to sell to another faction. The citizen sighs. I said they made off, but the truth is they didn't get very far. In fact, they're stuck in the haven, but as you can imagine, this is a strange situation. These people pretended to be our friends. They lived in nowhere for months, all just to make a profit. I suppose old habits die hard. We could assist Synedrian with this problem. So this is a mission for us to stop a group of thieves who have stolen some critical research. I personally find this mission a little bit more difficult than the Disciples of Anu one, but a little bit easier than the new Jericho one. So I think we'll jump in to this one on the next video. We were a little bit unfortunate with that scavenging mission, as we got Pandorans, which you often will. But as we're playing with Blood and Titanium, we've also got a chance that we could encounter the Pure, and we could also encounter the Forsaken as well. So hopefully we'll get to encounter those in one of the upcoming videos. But for the time being, I'd like to thank you all for watching. We'll see you on the next video, and until then, goodbye for now.